if we delve inside this aviary here, we will see something very interesting. First, the nest down here, which is occupied, probably see him through the gap. There, I think that's Erik. Erik and Beverly laid a clutch, and one of the eggs hatched this afternoon, and he looks like he was just about to feed it, but maybe not. He's sitting on the baby because it's only just been born and it can't keep heat at the moment. It doesn't make any audible noise. If he spends too long away from it, it'll freeze, bless it. So I don't know if we will get a shot of it. Chances are when I move into that side of the enclosure he will fly out and we'll have a brief glimpse before he or the mother tries to get back in. So, get ready for get ready for it to come out. I shall try and get you to look in. Oops, there he goes. Right, should be able to see the little chick now if I can just get you. You can't see it, there's not enough light, but there is inside there. I can see him, tiny little chick moving around. Now in the other, this is highly interesting. This nest here is unoccupied. These two nests both belong to the same pair, Lamas and Flo, and if we look inside this nest, again you can't really see because of the light, there's a clutch of about 1, 2, 3 eggs, something like that, and I suspect that what they have done is moved the baby when he hatched from there to the coconut nest, because right now you have the male incubating the eggs to be, and the female was incubating the chicken here. Now, the chicken here is about 3 to 4 days old. I have my concern that it's deformed in that it's not passing waste products yet, which is something that I've come across from parents who don't fully incubate their chicks enough for them to fully develop, but do allow them the amount of heat they need to hatch. When that happened with Nisa and Levon, the baby lasted for about a week and a half before it died, and one of the things that that was really obvious about it was how bloated it was. And if I can try and have a look in here, I might have to take him out. In fact, I'll take him out and put him on the side, and then you'll be able to see him because he's quite large. Just come on. There we are. I'll pop him on the side and you'll be able to see what I mean. Now, there we are. Okay, here he is. Now you see that he's quite bloated, and I'm worried that he's not passing anything out the back, you see. However, if we can possibly get him to sort of put his head up, you can see that he's moving, which is a good sign. Whoops, even if he's not quite able to. If you look at the side of him there, you can see that that is his crop, which is full of food, so he's obviously being fed, which is why in fact he's not sticking his mouth up in the air trying to get any food. He's just trying to get away from me. He's managing to hold his own temperature. I am a little worried that he is this big and so young, because that's usually a sign in my expertise that he is eating and eating and eating and eating and not expelling. I don't know. I'm hopeful that I'm wrong in that assumption at the moment. I'm going to pop him back in the nest. He won't have his eyes open for a good couple of days yet. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. At the moment he's fine. And of course he is baby to, whoops, I don't want to hurt him. He is in fact growing tiny little pin feathers on his wings, so he should be able to expel waste. I'm just a little concerned at that. Nothing huge at this stage. I'm just keeping a good eye on him. He doesn't know how to turn the right way up though. There you are, there you are, there we are. So he's now well and truly in his nest. You might be able to see him in there, I don't know. A little little bundle of mass, or whichever way you want to put it. So Beryl and Martin haven't been able to roost. There was some sense of trying to roost in the one down there, but that didn't work. This one is abandoned because of Lamas and Flo. They really have got all 3 nest boxes over here at their disposal. They don't like any bird coming anywhere near this area across here. Nowhere from here across, and that has been a big bone of contention even among the 3 sets of zebra finches. They've been fighting. Are we able to see in here yet? No. It's a shame because I can see him but you can't. Oh look, he's moving around. And you see now he is calling for food, but he's not making an audible noise yet because he's too young. And you can see the father is waiting for me to go so that he can come back in. So I'll leave now. There we are, you see. Zebra finches are usually very good parents. The problem is not that they aren't keen and loving and, you know, wanting to do their duty. The trouble is twofold. Firstly, it's a great strain on them to incubate. They get distracted by the other birds. They get distracted by the fact they don't want to be sitting in the nest for 2 weeks solidly. That's just one of the things that, you know, they find hard to cope with. And the other thing is that they sometimes, if they're first time parents, they don't know what to do. They hatch a baby and they don't know how to feed it, and by the time they work it out it's too late. That's a common one. Or they don't believe that they need to feed it. There's Flo, who's going to be heading up to her nest, and there's Lamas as well. He's about to head up to his nest. Yep, he's going to sit on the eggs there. They don't actually know what to do. And there you are, you see that's Flo, the other person in the pair, in a completely different nest. Is she going to feed him? Don't think he really needs feeding, dear. No, good, she's just incubating. Yeah, you see, and that's Erik trying to mess around with the nest. And this is the problem, you see. Now we've got now you see both nests are occupied and both have children, but they both feel that they're a little bit close to each other. And so what you saw there was Erik here trying to mess around with his nest, and Lamas up there feeling that Erik was getting just a little too close to his nests. And so they had a confrontation, and that's been the subject of this last week, really, with these pairs here. Yeah, you see, it doesn't help when they really do go after each other. There you are, you see, that was Lamas landing on Erik's nest and Erik not liking it. See, what I think has happened is that Lamas might have tried to pull some of the fluff out of the front, you see, and Erik's trying to put it back in, and Lamas is trying to steal it for his own nest. He's going to go again if we're not careful. And that's Beverly on the side. She's the mother, wherever she is. There, she's the mother with Erik. and that's Flo, who's the mother with... Whoops, where are we? Flo with the mother with Lamas. It's a horrible situation, really, because I don't know... You know, this is all the space I have, so I can't do anything about the fact that they are this close. They really do just have to get along with each other and stop messing around. But I don't know whether any of these birds are capable of actually raising a clutch to maturity. I'm not holding out hope. I really am not, at least not until they have the babies have eyes open. Then I know they've lived long enough to have been fed properly and to be excreting matter. You know, and then if worse comes to worse, I probably could teach them how to eat. But for the first 2 weeks, it's really down to the parents, and you can't get your hopes up. You know, they have literally hundreds of eggs, and you know, I've seen they've been laying eggs continually for months, and this is the first time since January that we've had one, well, two, but any hatch, let alone survive. The one in January died because the parents didn't know how to feed them. So we'll just have to keep an eye out. I'm also a little bit wary of the fact that the doves laid eggs yesterday. They didn't know what they were doing at all. They laid eggs from the wire. One of them dropped all the way into the water box down there and smashed, and then she went down to lay the other one on the floor, but she never went back to it. I completely ignored it, so I got rid of it. Now that is a sign. That's a female there. I don't know if that's Beryl or if it's Flo, but she's eating the... it's Beryl, and she's eating the calcium, which is a sign that she is going to lay eggs. Although where, I don't know. Because that's what the shells are made of, you see, the calcium. And if they don't eat the calcium, they get egg-bound. Oh, look. Susie and Sergio over there.